Hi, Courtney Hudson here, working on this week's discussion post, explaining learning objectives to a coworker. Before I explain the key elements of learning objectives, I feel it's important to first understand the components within learning objectives. And with this, we can use the acronym SMART to help see if they are specific, measurable, observable, attainable, relevant, and targeted to the learner. These learning objectives need to be specific and clear so that everyone who reads them can understand and know what's going to happen. They need to be measurable and observable. This happens when we use action verbs that describe what the students will be doing. And as we develop learning objectives, we need to ensure that they are attainable by considering the target audience, the time, the conditions. And finally, these objectives need to be relevant and targeted to the learner. When talking about how to write these learning objectives, we must make sure they have 4 components: the audience, the behavior, the condition, and the degree. And the audience is the students or whomever these objectives are written for, and the behavior is what the students are doing. This should be an action verb and something that's observable and measurable. And this is where we use verbs from Bloom's taxonomy list. And the condition is a description of what's happening. This can be who, where, what, when. And then the degree is the level of performance that is expected. The degree tells us when we know if the objective will be mastered. When writing these learning objectives, the order of these ABC components doesn't matter. Just making sure that all 4 are present is very key. And again, those are the audience, the behavior, the condition, and the degree. And once we have our learning objectives written, then we can start lesson planning, which will then lead us directly into assessing. Teachers not only use these learning objectives to guide what lessons to plan, but also how to measure the progress of our students. So this all means that the objective, which it uses Bloom's taxonomy, drives not only the learning activity, but also assessments. And then this process continues to happen over and over again throughout the year. We repeat doing this when we change our lessons and things like that. Thanks so much.